So, one of our favorite companies on the planet just did a sale, and I don't know how to control myself. Let's jump into it. Alright, we just got back from our 2-week trip to Montana to pick up the GFC V2 Pro for our short bed Tacoma. And we slept in it like 4 or 5 nights already on the way back from Montana back to California. And the second we get back, of course, our favorite outdoor company, well, outdoor sleeping company, I guess, did a sale. So while the Turbo Nap mattress that GFC came out with recently is really good and we were super hyped on it, we decided we're going to put up against the big dogs, which is Hest, because they're having a sale, so might as well. And we've got that in the box right there. I think we should try to pop the GFC in the garage, which would be super sick if it'll open all the way. And let's do an in-depth comparison, because I have not seen one of these on YouTube yet. We're going to go ahead and let's crank on the lights so I get a little more light in here. But this is how we keep our Hest pillows. Boom, right there. They always stay in the truck. Just in case, like, we take the truck to go on a hike or something, then we find a cool spot to pop the GFC. You always want to have pillows and a blanket with you. Even if you're not camping, just a little day trip maybe. Alright, like I said, let's try to pop the GFC in the garage. I think this would be super sick if this would work out. Only because, let's say, like, you go on a trip and it ends up raining. Truck is making a hell of a lot of noise, just me getting on it. Say it's raining during your trip and you get back home and it's still raining. It would be super cool to open up the GFC in the garage, let it dry out, because you don't want to leave the tent fabric and everything in there all soggy wet. So we're about to find out. Oh yeah, she fits perfect. Sick. So we're going to go ahead and pull the Turbo Nap mattress out. I think you have to pull some of the inserts out of the Turbo Nap to put it in the Hest mattress, but let's do a quick comparison on that and talk about it a little bit more. Alright, psych. I'm sure everybody would enjoy a quick unboxing to see how it comes. I was also very curious to see how they package an entire mattress in this small box. Okay, yeah. So it's just like if you buy a mattress on like Amazon or something. It comes all vacuum sealed up. Alright, got it all unboxed. I'm a little bit out of breath. We could see most of it right there on the toolbox. So these are the two smaller pieces. This is like that middle section, and then the big section is right here on the floor. One thing I will mention real quick is there is a little bit of a plasticky smell, like if you buy a mattress off Amazon, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They come vacuum sealed, so I think I might leave it out in the sun for a little bit today, or just leave it out on the toolbox and let it air out a little bit. But let's pull the Turbo Nap out of there and we'll dive into it a little bit more. Okay, so there's one thing you need to do other than just putting the mattress in your camper, which is the Turbo Nap has the hard honey composite bottom, and the Hest does not come with that. When you get them, they're just going to be soft. So all you do is unzip the Turbo Nap, and it comes with this 1-inch composite panel. All you do is unzip it, pull it out. But while I was doing that, I had them both apart. I figured, what a better time to talk about the foams. So right here, the green one is the Turbo Nap, and the blue one is the Hest. So, right off the bat, I will tell you that the Turbo Nap is a 3-inch mattress, and the Hest is a 4-inch mattress. This seems to have like a really firm 1-inch topper with a really soft 2-inch bottom, and this is a really soft 2-inch topper with a really firm 2-inch bottom. So they're kind of like reversed. The Turbo Nap is definitely a lot firmer overall, and the Hest seems to have like quite a bit of squish before you get to the supportive bottom. But for if there's any benefit or not to these are two separate pieces, and these are not. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. I'm assuming long term it might be better, because these seem to be one piece instead of these can kind of rip apart, or like you could rip a corner, or they peel apart. And there's definitely glue in between both the panels. But in terms of the two top fabrics, This one is definitely a little bit more rough, but it is very stretchy. This one is probably similar stretchy, but it's definitely softer. I do like the pull tabs on the Turbo Nap quite a bit more than these. These are like, they seem kind of thin and flimsy, while these are like way better. These kind of feel like a ratchet strap material, and these just kind of feel like a JanSport backpack straps. If you know, you know. But overall, they both have like a way, how do I explain this? A way stronger fabric on the side. I'm assuming because it's going to be like in between the camper and stuff. The Turbo Nap, I like the material a little bit more on the side than the Hest. It just feels a little firmer. And the bottoms are basically the same. Yeah, there's nothing to talk about on the bottom. But yeah, I decided that this would be a perfect time to talk about the foams. There's another close-up shot. These do measure like a true 4 inches, 2 inches and 2 inches. And this is a true 3, which is like 1 inch topper, 2 inch bottom. So yeah, I think that's going to be the biggest difference between the two, is you get an extra inch with the Hest. Alright, sick. There she is, all set, ready to go in the truck. I totally should have recorded me putting those honey composite panels in, because of the extra inch of foam. These were really hard to get into the pouches, I guess you could call them. But yeah, they're all set. I gotta say, the fit and finish on the Hest is like insanely sick. Like right here, they built in a little, sewn in a little pocket for the zipper. Like that's the zipper right there. So when you're moving them around and stuff, you don't hear the zippers jangle. Like when you're moving these, that's kind of like all you hear when you're moving them around the camper, like right before you go to bed. And you're jumping up there, you hear all the zippers, which isn't a big deal, honestly, but it's the cool little touches like that, and they have their little patches sewn on there that kind of set them apart. But yeah, I think that's it for the comparison. If you need any measurements, any concerns, questions, drop them down below. I think I covered mostly everything: the fabric, the foams. The zippers are probably about the same. My only concern is how hard it's going to be to close the GFC with that extra inch of foam. But we're going to find out right now, and I'll report back before the end of this video. I'm going to go ahead and throw it up into the truck, and I think that should do it. I mean, can't think of anything else. Here's the old Turbo Nap right here. Let's get that Heston. Alright, boom. She's all closed up. First, right off the bat, yes, it was quite a bit more difficult to get it closed with that extra 1 inch. The one thing I'm like iffy about is, if you could see this gap right here, there is a little bit of a gap where you could see the fabric on both sides, and the top bows just a little bit. It bowed before with the Turbo Nap, but now it's just worse. Then there's a little gasket right here that kind of takes up some of it, but like right in the middle, you could definitely still see some of the fabric peeking through. So, I mean, it's a pro and con, you know. It's like, yes, it's harder to close, and it shows just a little bit of a gap. Oh, maybe this side might be way better. Oh yeah, you can see right there. Those are the struts right there. There's like I would say it's probably a 1/4 inch gap. I mean, I doubt it'll be a problem with like water intrusion and stuff, because the gutters are right there. But I'm not sure how I feel about like the fabric's going to be getting wet all the time. Possibly it could seep like further into the camper if it's like really bad. But I mean, a lot of people run Hest mattresses, so that's why I'm like not too horribly worried about it. If I pop the camper and I notice that there's like water everywhere, then I obviously know that that's my #1 issue, is just there's too much mattress up there and it's not allowing it to seal. Like up here, it's sealed, like for sure. But anywhere past like right where it meets the cab back, there is like a 1/4 inch gap. So take that how you will. I'm not going to worry about it too much right now, mostly because the truck is parked in the garage almost all the time, unless we're out wheeling. It would be the only time it's not. So yeah, overall not too bad. I'd say it's probably, like, originally it was like a 5 out of 10 to close in terms of difficulty. Now it's probably like a 7. It is definitely harder, but it's not too bad. Everything you've heard about it from forums and stuff is they just say it's a little harder to close, and that's true. So yeah, I think we'll probably close it out here. I'm sweating really bad just because it's like 95 degrees outside right now, and in the garage it's probably like at least 100. But I wanted to knock this out because we're supposed to go camp in like a week or so, roughly. Anyway, I'm gonna close it out, and then hopefully I can film a video when we go camp, and we can get a little like infield review. You know what I mean? Anyway, catch you guys later. Check out pictures and videos and stuff on my Instagram, which is at Kevin Romes, if you want to, I guess, see updates and stuff on the truck and definitely the mattress. So I'll catch you guys later.